Hello and welcome back to this Let's Play of Planescape Torment with myself, Waze, and our motley crew here of Mort, Fall from Grace, Anna, Lenny. Lenny's not part of the crew. Nameless One, and Dakon and Ignis as well. We are looking for a way into the Foundry. So we're going to keep searching around to see if there's anything. Have we looked in? Let's go and have a look over here first. And I'm doing it again. WASD does not work. Let's check in here. Nothing. Okay, let's keep walking. Lenny, if I remember rightly, Laszlo said something about a drawbridge. A portal located on a drawbridge-like device east of the market. Thinks the portal may lead into the siege tower. Maybe I should check this out. Oh, hello. You approach the location of the portal that the boy Laszlo spoke of. You begin to replay your conversation with him in your head. Maybe the secret to getting in is to not want to get in, you hear yourself say. Okay, let's suppress any desire to enter the tower. Just like that. It's that easy. And would you look at that? There is a portal. Okay. Well, in for a penny, in for a pound. Whoa. Okay. What do we have in here? Anna?
Hi?
Let's just make sure you are... Not what I want. Push ability. Detect traps. You just check down here. I don't know what all this is. Okay. This thing looks rather large. Coax metal. Okay, where are we meant to go? Maybe it needs to be all of us. Okay. Oh, hello. Coax metal. You see an iron creature. Its size is staggering. If it stood full height, it would shatter the roof of the siege tower. Thundering echoes rattle the walkway as this creature hammers away on its forge. The smell of soot and ash fill the air. Greetings.
Updated my journal.
There is the screaming of metal on metal as the giant turns to face you. You suddenly realize the golem is built into the siege tower itself. Girders, pipes, and huge braces run through its lower torso and into the walls, and the bottom portion of its body makes up the forge itself. Okay, what are you exactly? I am iron given purpose. Okay, what purpose? I forge the implements by which the multiverse will be unmade. You mean forging weapons? That's your purpose? Metal is like flesh, both carry potential in their veins. When tempered with heat and pressure, the potential surfaces. My purpose is to bring forth this potential, allow it expression. Okay, and who do you make these weapons for? I forge them for the sake of entropy. They are pain-seeking expression. Okay, what does entropy need weapons for? Beyond this tower, order rallies its legions. The multiverse heals its wounds. In time, its strength may equal entropy. Okay, so the multiverse is your enemy then. Why?
Updated my journal.
The multiverse breathes, it grows, it stagnates. It forges its chains around the planes link by link. In time, even entropy may be chained. Okay, and you're opposed to chaining entropy. When a thing seals itself against its own destruction, it merely dies a different death. Okay, that's interesting. So, also makes sense in my case. So you're saying... Let's have a look at these other ones here. Except death you seem to offer is violent and senseless without meaning. What makes death any worse than another? Oh, no, this first. So you're saying immortality is just a different kind of death. Immortality is only a word. All that exists can die. So you're saying you could forge a weapon to kill an immortal? Every living thing has a weapon against which it has no defense. Time, disease, iron, guilt. Yeah, okay, but how do you know what weapon to use then? One must know the enemy to forge such a weapon. Okay, how do I do that then? Start with a fragment of the enemy, a drop of blood, a crystallized thought, one of its hopes. All of these things tell the way it can die. Okay. I'm wondering if this handkerchief is what I have for our night hag. What if your enemy strikes from a distance from shadows and never shows himself? Then that is the fragment of the enemy you must use. Okay. And not being able to see them or know where they are? How? The actions of your enemy have told you much. Your enemy does not wish to engage you directly. That is a weakness. Okay. What about for some reason it cannot engage me directly? That is an equal possibility. Either possibility reveals weakness. Right, how would I exploit that then? The actions of your enemy have told you it does not wish to engage you directly. That is a weakness. Yeah, I know, but how do I exploit that?
Updated my journal.
If the enemy does not wish to confront you directly, deny its wish. Take the battle to the enemy. Ah. Okay, that makes sense. Let's try to go down this path again. If the reason it can't attack me directly is because it has no choice.
Updated my journal.
If it is not allowed to confront you directly, find the reason, and the reason will reveal a weakness. Okay. Okay. If it's not allowed to confront you directly, find the reason. The reason will reveal a weakness. Why can't Ravel attack me directly? Because she's trapped. That's why. So if I find out where she is, then I can confront her directly, which is what she fears. Okay, maybe. Right, you said immortality was just a word, that all that lives can die. Could you make a weapon that could kill me? Yes. Really? How? I would need a drop of your blood, that is all. Okay. May have some other questions. What is this place? This tower is a siege engine. It exists to breach the walls between planes. Okay. If the siege tower could travel the planes, why do you remain here? The tower is trapped in this city. This city is a cage that it cannot breach. Well, how did the siege tower get in the city in the first place? At one time, the tower laid siege to the plains. How I was brought here is not known to me. How I may escape is not known to me. Okay, how does the tower breach the plains exactly?
Updated my journal.
The tower anchors itself upon a plane. A wound is torn in the multiverse when the bridge of the tower opens. Legions may pass from one plane to the other through the tower. When the plane has served Entropy's purpose, the tower anchors itself again. Okay, what happened to the legions that have used the tower? Entropy has unmade them. And what happened to the planes the siege tower invaded? Entropy has unmade them. Okay. So quite final, really. Other questions? Tell me more of what you do with weapons. Metal is like flesh, both carry potential in their veins. He said this already. When tempered with the heat and pressure, potential surfaces. My purpose is to bring forth the potential. Okay, I saw something there about Ravel. I should have asked that. I had another question. Have you heard of a night hag named Ravel? The night hag sought to sunder this city. Her greatest works were those of unmaking. She walked the path of entropy. Okay. So she's sort of on your side then. Okay. Do you know what happened to her?
Updated my journal.
Order set chains about her. She was cast within a cage. Yeah, I sort of got that. Do you know where this cage is? Her prison is unknown to me. Okay. What are you again? I am Iron Given Purpose. Mentioned that before. Other questions? What is this place? I've asked all this. What are you doing? Let's just check these again, see if I missed anything. Can you do anything with my weapons? Show me what you have brought. I will study its potential and see if its pain can be given expression. Okay. Right. Okay. Right, there's a lot of fancy stuff here. Green steel dagger, hammer of quality, battle axe of quality. Slim dagger being forged out of the famed but Batorian green steel found only in the wastelands of Avernus. Can be tempered into metal much lighter than normal steel. In addition, green steel weapons tend to retain their remarkably fine edges and are capable of dealing out more damage than their standard counterparts. Question is, do I need to get something? Do I need to buy something here? This is all my stuff. I'm gonna have a look to see if there's anyone is carrying anything that highlights. Nope, nothing there. And Mort. What about Mort's teeth? No. Enchanted hammer, hollow axe, battle axe of quality. Have a quick look through these. Despite its heavy appearance, feels much lighter than it looks. I'm getting a... I can't remember if I did anything with it. Back in that little museum place, there was a thing where we needed a particular hammer to change that statue. I'm wondering if this is linked to something in here. Hammer bears a wounding enchantment, much lighter than a normal hammer. Let's come out of this. Quick look. What's Dakon's chained blade. Anna punch daggers of Morin. These are the ones that can... Okay. Okay. I'm not sure. I'm missing something here. I'm missing something. Let's have a look at the journal. Found a way into the siege tower. Seems to be forging weapons using the furnace within the tower. Golem with the siege tower claims the multiverse itself is his enemy, and that's why he labours on the forge. Seeks to make weapons by which the multiverse may be unmade. The golem gave me advice on an enemy that strikes from the shadows. He said that the fact the enemy does not engage me is a weakness I should exploit. Obviously, it suggested I do not fight the enemy on its terms, but instead take the battle to the enemy. That's fine. Golem gave me advice. Okay, that's the same thing again. If there is some reason my enemy cannot fight me directly, I should find the reason and exploit it. So I need to free... My mind is going back to that museum. Apparently the siege tower has the power to breach the walls between the planes. Acting as a real siege tower would, only in an extra-dimensional sense. An invading legion readies itself on one side of the planar wall, waits for the siege tower to lower its bridge and pierce a hole in the target plane. Then they stream into the new plane through the siege tower itself. Siege tower becomes a crude door by which plane may be victimized by an invading army. I wonder what damage the tower is doing to the planes themselves by punching all those holes in the multiverse. Golem said that Ravel sought to sunder Sigil, that the order punished her by placing her in a cage. He doesn't know where this cage is, though. What we do know is let's go through the portal for now. Oh, will it let me? It will.
Done.
Okay, where have we come back to? It's brought us back here. The drawbridge was up here. Okay. Just want to quickly check to see... Oh, I keep doing it. Just to see if we can get back in here if we need to. I'm hoping we can, otherwise I've made a terrible mistake. Okay. I can. What I'm wondering... Marketplace. Alley of Lingering Sighs. Coffin Maker to the upper ward. Now, I can't remember where it is exactly.
My lungs feel like a chimney.
I want to go back to that museum. I could be way off the mark here, but something is telling me... There was something about a special hammer. And there was a statue in there, which, again, I might be misremembering. Now, the question is... Where was it in the Clark's ward? One way to find out. Yes, the Art Curio and Galleria.
Done.
Okay, let's go and check this out. Could be way off the mark, but that's the only thing triggering my brain in there. Let's speak to some of the others.
What is your will?
Dakon turns to you, his eyes like polished coal. His blade mirrors his eyes for a moment, then you address him and he nods. What is your will? Things I would know, Dakon. I will hear you. Can I talk to you about your teachings? Let's do a bit of this. I wish to give up my current profession and resume the study of weaponcraft. Can you train me? No, I don't want to do that. I've read the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon. I want to speak to you more about the way of Zerthimon. Let's do that. What did you come to know? Okay, what did I know? It's, I can't remember from what I recorded last week. What do you mean? Strength lies in knowing oneself. Once someone does not know themselves, they're lost. Okay. Learn that your people once a slave to the Illithids. Seems they committed many crimes against your people. Let's go with the first one. Strength lies in knowing oneself. I learned that once someone does not know themselves, they are lost. They become a tool for others.
Updated my journal.
Got some experience. You have come to know the first circle of Zerthimon. You not only see the words of Zerthimon, you have come to know them. Dakon holds up the circle and hooks his fingers around the edges. There is a click, and the plates of the circle slide into a new configuration. He reverses the motion, sealing the stone. No, the second circle of Zerthimon is open to you. Study it, then I will hear your words. Okay, I'll read the second circle then. I've got some other things I would know. About your teachings. About the Unbroken Circle. No. I can't ask the other one. I wasn't sure. Right, who else do I want to talk to? Let's talk to Mort.
Hey, what's eating you, Chief?
Next line. What do you think we should do next, Mort? Well, here's how I see things. Go on. Well, Ravel got mazed. There's still probably some key and some portal that could take us there if you still want to go. Okay, but do you know where I can find a portal to her maze? Beats me, Chief. There's tons of portals in Sigil. I say try the Festal. I doubt it's there, but one of the sensory stones might be able to tell us something. Failing that, I say we forget all this running around and get someone to make us a portal. Yeah, okay, Mort. Anything else I want to ask him? I can't remember if I asked her. How did you die, Mort? No idea, Chief. Kind of forgot when I died. Can't say I blame myself much. At least there was something waiting for me after I died, even if it is life as a floating skull. I mean, it could have been worse. Do you know what happened to your body? I don't know, alright? It's just gone. Mort glares at you. But don't think I miss it, because I'm happy just the way I am. I don't need your half-wit judgments or snide remarks, alright? Fair enough. Whatever, let's go. Come on, shake a leg. Mort glares at you. I'm not convinced you aren't some sort of walking curse that's destined to follow me around. Look who's talking. Let's go. Who else? Let's talk to Anna. Anna just looks at you as you address her, as she frowns. What do you want to know? Now. Are you alright? Anna just glares at you. Okay. Why don't you ask the stuck up Ubus stuck up Ubus your questions then? Anna's eyes narrowed to slits. Why are we even traveling with her? We don't need her. We don't. Oh. Let's have a look. I don't want Anna to leave. I don't want Fall from Grace to leave. So let's try a bit of pleading. Anna, please. You're very important to me. I need your help. Oh, aye. And why is that then? This should be rich. It should. You pity me. Is that it? You think I slow you down? Go on, say it. Look, I don't pity you, and you don't slow me down. You're quick, you're skilled, and I really need all the help I can get. Anna frowns, her tail flicking back and forth. Aye, well, no, I'll gut her if she starts sizing us up for a feast, I will. She glares at you. Don't get any ideas I'm staying because you want me to. I'm just helping you out, I am. Okay, fine, some questions then. We have a piece of Ravel. We've got that. And I don't think I need to ask that again. Have you heard of Ravel Puzzlewell? Okay, at the mention of her name, Anna spits 3 times and makes a semicircle over her heart. Are you daft? Don't be mentioning her name if you value your life. Why? She's the evilest of the Grey Ladies, she is. Anna's voice drops to almost a whisper as if afraid of being overheard. Filthy mean and with more power to toss around than some powers. It's said she's all brambles through and through, even her art. It's said that you can never kill her, because her body's like a tree. You lop off one limb and there's always another, still growing somewhere else across the plains. Okay, you speak as if she's still alive. Of course she is. She has to be. Anna's voice drops again. How would you kill a thing such as her? That's why the lady had to maze her, so it's said. Okay. Not getting anything here. I don't think I need to know any more about Farad either. Okay. And Fall from Grace. Let's have a look. I don't think I've spoken to her that much, have I? Well, I did before we left the brothel. I wanted to talk about our companions. Who in particular did you wish to discuss? Me, actually. What did you wish to discuss? I'd like to know your thoughts on my situation. Do you know anything else that might prove helpful? I think there's someone out to murder me so much I built a tomb trap to try and kill them. According to the inscription, he's been coming after me for, well... I think that one, yeah. So, well, I think there's someone out to murder me so much so I built a tomb trap to try and kill them. According to an inscription in the tomb, he's been coming after me for, well, years. As long as my incarnations can remember, it seems. Then, whoever the killer is, he's lived a very long time to have pursued you so long. She taps her chin a moment. Could the killer be immortal as well? My gut on this is that the killer after me is me. There's some way I'm trying to kill myself. Or it's Ravel. Or maybe the two... Yeah, it's weird. Because, yeah, that sort of insane incarnation wasn't happy about the other incarnations. So, I don't know. Ravel would be an obvious one as well, obviously. Possibly. I'd like to know any other thoughts you have on my situation. Do you know anything else that might prove helpful? Okay, well, shadows keep coming to kill me. I've got a feeling they're following me, but I don't know why. Shadows? Fall from Grace is silent for a moment. Shadows are shades of the dead. They do not tend to hunt. They tend to lie in wait for victims. Curious. Okay.
Yes.
Other questions. Can you teach me anything of the art, Grace? Fall from Grace shakes her head slightly. No, I do not believe so. The art and the disciples I practice are different. Okay, how do you mean? My powers, as you see them, stem from my faith, not from manipulating energies as the art does. The art is a mechanism by which the power of the multiverse may be harnessed through gestures, rituals, and devices. My powers come to me through a different means. My faith in the nature of my belief allows some of the multiverse to reveal itself to me. The nature of your belief. So, what do you believe in exactly? I believe in experience. I believe a person may be changed for the better. The more of the multiverse they are allowed to perceive, and the more the multiverse is allowed to perceive them. My belief in the nature of experience allows me to... She pauses for a moment, thinking. I suppose the best explanation is that my faith allows me to see things differently. When you see the multiverse in such a way, you learn how to change things. Mending wounds, seeing a person's heart and soul, just by willing them to happen. Do you believe in the experience because of what happened to you with the Batazu? Fall from Grace nods. I have thought long upon that, and I believe so, yes. She looks at you questioningly. I think it is because I am content with what I have become, and I do not think it would have been possible without experiencing the multiverse as I did. Let's have a look at these answers. I don't think it has anything to do with you experiencing the multiverse. I think it's how you dealt with the experience that was important. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's anything to do with you experiencing the multiverse. I think it's how you dealt with the experience that was important. Fall from Grace nods slowly. She seems thoughtful. There is truth in what you say. Okay, truth or flattering lie? Flattering lie, others may have crumbled, you learned from it, became stronger. The truth is, which I'm going to go with, just plain sticking to the character. I think there would have been many others who, when subjected to the experiences you were, would have crumbled. You learned from it and you became stronger. It shows great strength and will of character. Fall from Grace is looking at you silently. And I admire that about you. Not only the strength, but the ability to see such horrors as a way of becoming a better person takes a strength few possess. Fall from Grace smiles and then nods. I thank you. Your words are insightful and kind. But I fear that my strength of character is not as strong as it would seem. Yet I try to treat each experience as a new opportunity for learning. A good approach. Good approach. Can I ask you some other questions? Do you ever use weapons? No, there is seldom the need. And I find that I cannot bear the touch of cold iron or even steel for long periods of time. In any event, I have a number of natural defenses that tend to discourage attackers. Okay, such as?
Updated my journal.
The kiss of a succubus is lethal to mortals, though they rarely realize the danger until their death is almost upon them. Fall from Grace sighs. I can resort to it when the need arises. Okay. I
Yes?
think... Okay, I had some questions about our travels. Never mind, let's move on. Quick look in the journal. Okay, that's telling me basically about her succubus powers. And I probably need to look at my the circle of unbroken circle of Zerthimon again. Let's use that. Small round stone is the unbroken circle of Zerthimon, made up of a series of interlocking circles that fold out from one another. Okay, we've read that already. Unlock the second circle. You slide the plates into the configuration Dakon showed you, and a new ring is revealed. The ring carries the same script as you read before, with the same geometries. You know the symbols, and you know you can read them. Okay, let's read the second circle. Know that flesh cannot mark steel. Know that steel may mark flesh. In knowing this, Zerthimon became free. That seems rather obvious, but let's continue. Know that the tentacled ones were of flesh. They relied on the flesh and used it as tools for their will. One of the places where flesh served their will was the fields of husks on the false worlds of the Illithids. The fields where the bodies of the people were cast after the Illithids had consumed their brains. When the brain had been devoured, the husks came to be fertilizer to grow the poison-stemmed grasses of the Illithids. Zerthimon worked the fields with no knowing of himself or what he had become. He was a tool of flesh, and the flesh was content. Okay, all of this makes it... that hunger, that inner deep drive to know oneself, with a history of being the slaves of Illithids, makes sense. Continue reading. It was upon these fields that Zerthimon came to know the scripture of steel. During one of the turnings, as Zerthimon tilled the fields with his hands, he came across a husk whose brain remained within. It had not been used as food, yet it was dead. The thought that one of the husks had died a death without serving as food for the Illithids was a thought Zerthimon had difficulty understanding. From that thought came a desire to know what had happened to the husk. Oh, the birth of the knowing. Let's continue. Embedded in the skull of the husk was a steel blade. It had pierced the bone. Zerthimon realized that what had killed the husk. That was what had killed the husk. The steel had marked the flesh, but the flesh had not marked the steel. Zerthimon took the blade and studied its surface. In it, he saw his reflection. It was in the reflection of the steel that Zerthimon first knew himself. Its edge was sharp, its will the wearer's. It was the blade that would come to be raised against Gith when Zerthimon made the pronouncement of two skies. Zerthimon kept the blade for many turnings, and many were the thoughts he had about it. He used it in the fields to aid his work. In using it, he thought about how it was not used. The Illithids were powerful. Zerthimon had believed that there was nothing that they did not know. Yet the Illithids never carried tools of steel. They only used flesh as tools. Everything was done through flesh, for the tentacle ones were made of flesh and they knew flesh. Yet steel was superior to flesh. When the blade had killed the husk, it was the flesh that had been weaker than the steel. It was then that Zerthimon came to know that flesh yielded to steel. In knowing that, he came to know that steel was stronger than the Illithids. Right. Finish reading. Steel became the scripture of the people. Know that steel is the scripture by which the people came to know freedom. Okay, let's seal it up and let's talk.
If you keep bobbing about, Skull, I'm gonna mount you in the end of a pike.
Mort, leave Anna alone. How many times do I have to say it? Let's speak to Zerthimon again. Dakon.
What is your will?
There are things I would know, Dakon. Can I talk to you about your teachings? I've read the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon. I wanted to speak to you more about the way of Zerthimon. Okay. Not knowing something can be a tool, just like flesh and steel. If upon encountering it, you attempt to know its nature and how it came to be. Yeah, I like that one. I learned that not knowing something can be a tool, just like flesh and steel. If upon encountering it, you attempt to know its nature and how it came to be. You have seen the words, you have seen beyond them. You have come to know the second circle of Zerthimon. He takes the circle and with a deft motion, he twists one of the links so one of the plates slides forth, but strangely enough, the stone still appears intact. He hands the plate to you. Meditate upon this teaching, and the knowing of it shall give you strength. When you have absorbed it, you shall know more. Okay. Dakon's fingers feel around the edges of the stone circle, and he twists it clockwise, the links clicking until they've settled into a new configuration. He then reverses the motion, resetting the stone. The next circle of Zerthimon is open to you. Study it, and then I will hear your words. Okay. I will read it and speak with you again. This is actually getting quite interesting now, I think. Yeah, a strange episode. We found stuff out. We haven't really traveled very far. But I feel the story is unfolding. The link between the Unbroken Circle of Zerthimon, I'm not sure that how much relevance it has, apart from maybe me unlocking powers or understanding or as Dakon would put it, knowing. Much to ponder on, which I will do between now and the next episode. So thank you all very much for watching. I do hope you're well, and until next time, take care.